Hare Krishna. So in honor of Srila Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja, and for the pleasure of the young Vaishnavas, I will be reading from Srila Prabhupada the story of a Baicharan Day by Stita D. Muni Das. I will begin with Chapter 1, Born in Calcutta. It is 1896, and Queen Victoria of England rules over India. Her British Empire is the largest in the world, and India is her most important colony. Every year, toward the end of summer, millions of people are out in the streets celebrating Janmashtami, the festival of Lord Krishna's birthday. Devotees are everywhere visiting temples, friends, and family. In Calcutta, even the Muslims and British take part in the fun. Most of India stays up well past the night, enjoying the celebration. The next day, after all is quiet, Rajani and Gaur Mohan De's son is born. As it is the custom for a new mother to deliver her child at the home of her own mother, the infant is born at his grandmother's house along the Ganges River. Because the child is born on a holiday that Nanda Maharaj celebrated thousands of years earlier for baby Krishna, the boy's uncle wants to call him Nandulal. But his parents have another idea. They name him Abhay Charan, meaning one who is fearless, having taken shelter at Lord Krishna's lotus feet. Rajani and Gaur Mohan want their son to become a Vaishnava, a devotee of Lord Krishna. A few days after Abhay's birth, the new family returns home to their apartment in Calcutta. Many parents in India invite an astrologer to predict the baby's future. Abhay's astrologer predicts that he will travel across the ocean when he is 70 years old, become an important teacher of religion, and open 108 temples. Everyone is amazed by what the astrologer says. In Calcutta, Abhay's family lives in an apartment at 151 Harrison Road. In his neighborhood, most of the people wear traditional Indian clothes, like dhotis and saris. Abhay's wealthy cousin, Lokanath Mulak, owns not only Abhay's building, but a number of other neighborhood shops and buildings, where many of Abhay's other cousins live. Across the street from Abhay's home is the Mulaks Radha Govinda temple. Many generations of Mulaks have worshipped Radha Govinda and supported the temple with money earned from their neighborhood shops. In the morning, Abhay's cousins visit the temple deities. They bring them vegetable dishes, rice, and kachoris, and then offer Radha Govinda's prasadam to the numerous guests who visit the temple during the day. Sometimes, little Abhay visits the deities in his baby carriage. Later, when Abhay grows up to be known as Srila Prabhupada, he tells his disciples stories about when he was a young boy in India. I used to ride in the same baby carriage with my cousin, Shideshvar Mulak. He used to call me Moti, and his nickname was Subidi. A servant would push us together. If one day my cousin did not see me, he would become mad. He would not go into the baby carriage without me. He would not separate even for a moment. If Abhay's mother and father are busy, a servant minds the two small boys, often taking them to visit the temple. First, he carefully pushes them in their baby carriage across busy and noisy Harrison Road, filled with people, bicycles, and horse-drawn carriages. He then steers the boys under the trees and through the gateway in the red sandstone walls surrounding the temple. Another metal gateway leads to the deity's courtyard, where two large stone lions with raised front paws sit as if guarding their lordships. The courtyard is filled with the peaceful sound of cooing pigeons and chirping sparrows. The temple guests often look inside the carriage and play with the little boys who have come to visit Radha Govinda. The servant then pushes the carriage past the statue of Garuda, Vishnu's faithful, eager servant. Finally, within the innermost courtyard, they see Radha Govinda. The deities stand on a raised platform, surrounded by tall stone pillars supporting a large stone roof. Abai and Subidi hold hands as they toddle close to their lordship's altar. Srila Prabhupada later recalled, "I can remember standing in the doorway of the temple, saying prayers to Radha Govinda. We would watch for hours together. The deity was so beautiful, with his slanted eyes." The Radha Govinda deities are made of polished brass and are 18 inches tall. They are beautifully dressed in silver crowns, jewelry, and silk clothes. Krishna wears a dhoti and a vest, and Radharani wears a sari. Every day, after the pujaris bathe and dress the deities, they decorate Radha Govinda with fresh, fragrant flowers. Little Abai loves watching the beautiful forms of Radha Govinda standing under their silver canopy and throne decorated with fresh flowers. To Abai, they appear as if they are dancing before their devotees. Birds chirp in the courtyard as guests come and go. Sometimes a devotee starts a kirtan, chanting Hare Krishna, while others play drums and kartals. Abai and his cousin watch the pujaris offer Radha Govinda incense and ghee lamp, flowers, and peacock fan. One after another, when the arti ceremony is over, a pujari blows a conch shell. When Abai is 1.5 years old, he becomes seriously ill with typhoid fever. The family doctor advises his father to give him chicken soup, but Abai's father is against this idea. "No, I cannot allow it. We are not meat eaters. We do not cook chicken in our own kitchen." The doctor is afraid that Abai will die. "Don't mind," he says. "I shall make it at my house and bring it in a jar." "All right, but only if it is necessary for my son to live," replies Gaur Mohan. When the doctor returns with the chicken soup medicine, he tries to get Abai to drink it, but Abai refuses. He vomits instead. "All right," the doctor says, "never mind. This is no good." Gaur Mohan throws the soup away. By Krishna's grace, Abai gets better without it. When Abai is 3, while playing with matches in front of his house, one of the matches lit and catches his clothes on fire. Fortunately, a man passing by smothers the flames. Abai is okay, but he gets a small scar on his leg. When Abai is 4, a dangerous disease called the plague attacks Calcutta. Dozens of people die every day, and thousands leave the city. To counteract this plague, an elderly devotee steps forward and organizes a large Hare Krishna chanting party to travel throughout the city. When the party reaches Abai's neighborhood, he wants to join. He enjoys chanting and dancing to the Hare Krishna mantra. Fortunately, everyone in Abai's family stays healthy, and soon the plague leaves Calcutta. So now I will read from Chapter 2, Abai's Mother and Father. Abai's father, Gaur Mohan Dey, is a Vaishnava devotee of Lord Krishna. He raises his son to be a devotee, just as his own parents raised him. Gaur Mohan is a quiet, peaceful man, earning his living as a cloth merchant. In the evening, when he locks the shop up for the day, he places a bowl of rice in the middle of the floor. This way, at night, the hungry neighborhood rats eat the rice and leave the cloth alone. After Gaur Mohan returns home, he reads from the Chaitanya Charitamrita and the Srimad Bhagavatam, 2 important Vaishnava scriptures. He also chants Hare Krishna on his japa beads and worships his deities. Gaur Mohan is a gentle, friendly man who does not like to punish his son. If ever Abai needs to be corrected, Gaur Mohan first apologizes by saying, "You are my son, so now I must correct you. It is my duty. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's father would correct him, so please do not mind." Gaur Mohan and Abai enjoy the time they often spend together. They like taking long walks, sometimes at the beach. Though Abai's family does not own much, they wear nice clothes and have plenty of food. Abai's father often invites 4 or 5 dinner guests for prasadam. Many years later, when Srila Prabhupada tells his disciples, "We were happy, not that because we did not purchase a motor car, we were unhappy, my father used to say, God has 10 hands. If he wants to take away from you with 2 hands, how much can you protect? And when he wants to give to you with his 10 hands, with 2 hands, how much can you take? Gaur Mohan encourages Abai to become a serious devotee of Lord Krishna. Whenever Vaishnavas visit Gaur Mohan's home, he asks them, "Please bless my son, so that Srimati Radharani will bless him to become a devotee of Krishna." He also wants Abai to learn to play the mridanga, drum, used in kirtans by the devotees. When little Abai begins taking mridanga lessons, his hands can barely reach both ends of the mridanga at the same time. Watching his young son learn Vaishnava music makes Gaur Mohan happy. When some of Abai's uncles suggested Abai should grow up to study law in England, Gaur Mohan is against this idea. He tells them he does not want his son to go away and develop bad habits just to earn money. Abai is the pet children of both his parents, along with nicknames such as Moti, Nandulal, and Nanda and Kocha. His grandmother also calls him Kichori Mukhi because he loves to eat kichoris. Kichoris are spicy fried pastries stuffed with dal. His grandmother and mother make kichoris for him, which he loves to keep in his vest pocket. Abai also watches the street peddlers make kichoris at their roadside stands. Sometimes they give him some, and sometimes he gets them from his neighbors. Once, when his mother will not make him kichoris, Abai becomes so angry that she has to send him to bed early. When Gaur Mohan returns home, he asks, "Where is Abai?" Rajani explains that Abai has been naughty, but Gaur Mohan says, "No, we should make them for him." He wakes his son and makes kichoris for everyone. Gaur Mohan likes seeing his son get whatever he needs. Once, when Abai asks for a toy gun in the marketplace, his father says no. The little boy begins to cry. All right, Gaur Mohan says, and buys him the gun. But then Abai wants 2 guns. "You already have one. Why do you want another?" "One for each hand," cries Abai. He lies down in the street crying and kicking his legs. Gaur Mohan again gives in, affectionately buying his son a second gun, making naughty Abai a happy boy. Abai's mother, Rajani, also comes from a family of devotees, just like her husband. She is 30 when her son is born. While her husband is soft-hearted, Rajani is strong-minded. She is a religious woman who cares deeply for her family. Rajani often performs little rituals that she feels will protect Abai from danger. Whenever he goes outside to play, Abai's mother touches his forehead with her finger. Though Abai does not understand what it means, he trusts his mother in every way. One day, Rajani puts an iron bangle on his leg for protection. When Abai's friend asks why he is wearing a bangle, he feels strange. He goes back to his mother and demands, "Open the bangle." "I will do it later." Abai cries, "No, now!" Once Abai swallows a watermelon seed. When his friend tells him that it will grow a watermelon in the side of his belly, little Abai becomes afraid and he runs to his mother. She says, Do not worry. I will chant a mantra to protect you." Srila Prabhupada later said, Mother Yashoda would chant mantras in the morning to protect Krishna from all dangers. Throughout the day, when Krishna killed some demons, she thought it was her chanting that protected him. My mother would do a similar thing with me. Srila Prabhupada admitted, "I was very naughty when I was a boy. I would break anything. When I was angry, I would break things which my father kept for our guests. Once, my mother was trying to bathe me, and I refused. I knocked my head on the ground so hard that blood came out. Though Abai is often naughty, he remains completely dependent on his mother. If she accidentally puts his shirt on backwards, he wears it and does not say a thing. He trusts her about everything. Although he is stubborn, he feels safe with his mother. Sometimes Abai's family travels to his uncle's village. where in the evening everyone comes together to hear stories from the Ramayana and Mahabharata about Ram and Krishna. They listen with the other villagers, and as they return home, they talk about the wonderful stories they have just heard. When Abai gets tucked into bed, he falls asleep dreaming about Krishna. Abai likes to play with his sister Bhavatarini. They often go together to Radha Govinda's temple to see their lordships. If ever they have a problem, they pray to God for help. They ask him, "Please, Krishna, help us fly this kite." Besides his 2 toy guns, Abai likes playing with his wind-up car, a cow that jumps when a rubber ball is squeezed, and a dancing toy dog that the family doctor gave him when he was 6. Sometimes Abai likes to pretend that he is a doctor too. He gives medicine to his friends, but it is only dust.